All right. What is up, everybody? It is Phil Nagy. It is Kit Nagy. It is Nagy on Sports week number 5 here of the NFL season already upon us. Of course, the Browns are on bye, which means we have some other teams to watch. And that means we head to our Discord channel to find that, at least earlier today, this was the top vote getter. I checked recently, and it's now number 2. So I guess we'll have to do that Ravens-Steelers game as well. But excited to bring this one to you. Kit, how are we doing today?
Yeah, doing well. And don't have a Browns game, so may as well bring the Ravens-Steelers games as well. But this is certainly a clash of the Titans here, as these two NFC teams have been very good. Speaking of great defenses, these two are essentially the class of the NFC when it comes to the defensive football. Obviously, they both have good offenses as well, but certainly has the possibility to be a bit of a defensive struggle with those defensive lines, which are both absolutely stacked.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Micah Parsons might be one of those players, much like we've talked about with a Nick Chubb, with a Myles Garrett. Like, can Madden really even make him as good and explosive as he is in real life?
Right.
All right, there are Dak's simulated statistics. Again, they are 3-1. We forced their records to be exactly the same. So, of course, the 49ers are 4-0. Dak and company onto the field to start. They are pretty healthy. And Pollard will start in the backfield with 2 tight ends. They'll go back to pass. Prescott up into coverage and knocked away there. So try to go on a deep play action shot to start the game.
Yeah, look at all that bling out there on the field. A lot of superstars and X Factors out there.
There sure are. Across the middle, tipped and almost picked again, and then in and out of the hands of a tight end as well.
Yeah, came off the foot of one of the players trying to make the tackle, I believe, which then popped it up. Opportunity for both a reception and maybe even a pick, but it was kind of wild there for a moment.
And it puts Fred Warner into the zone somehow, and then the pressure comes from Cleveland Farrell, former first-round pick of the Las Vegas Raiders, and all of a sudden the Cowboys will go 3 and out, not a singular yard achieved. And we are 18 seconds into the game, and they're going to punt the football away. Fair catch called for and made by Christian McCaffrey. And here comes Brock Purdy and company. Welcome in, Fellegren. Hi, Karen. Hope everyone is doing well here. That's the Sunday night game this weekend. Again, those are Brock Purdy's simulated statistics, as we have forced them to be 4-0 to stay accurate with what the league is actually doing, so that we can have the appropriate playoff matchups when we get to that time of year. Purdy will start 5 wide, quickly over the middle to Kittle. Tries to break one tackle. He'll get stood up right away. Gain of 8, George Kittle. I formation now. Juszczyk checking into the game. He's in front of McCaffrey. Tight end on either side. Running up the middle. Broken tackle. McCaffrey 9 yards. He is so slippery, and when healthy, he is still as electric as it gets in the NFL this year.
Yeah, broke the tackle of Micah Parsons there. Interesting, not what you expect in that spot, but also interesting, they don't even have him as an X Factor yet in this game.
No, they don't, and that probably should be changed. I was considering, even during using this Browns bye week, to maybe take like Madden's most recent roster update and like bring them all back in and then force the first 5 weeks to happen or whatever, the same way they normally would have. But I've decided if I want to make myself have to do that extra work or not. But maybe players like Micah Parsons would get upgraded appropriately.
Right.
We'll have to see what sort of free time lends itself this way. A little dump to the right side. McCaffrey with some space. Got 2 in front of him. Nice tackle. That's the safety / kind of linebacker hybrid, Donovan Wilson, and he steps up and puts a really nice tackle of McCaffrey in space. Not an easy thing to do.
No, certainly not. Just very nice technique there to keep himself in front.
Nice throw over the middle there. Deebo Samuel, that'll be a first down. Interesting thing about the success of the 49ers is that Deebo Samuel and George Kittle have been pretty pedestrian for the most part. It has been a whole bunch of McCaffrey and the emergence of Brandon Ayuk as a real superstar to go along with Brock Purdy. He'll fire deep over the middle, wide open, right on cue. Brandon Ayuk uncovered up the seam. Touchdown, 49ers.
Yeah, they have been setting that up all drive long. A lot of underneath work, a lot of just running the ball, get it out to the perimeter, and finally they're going to take that seam shot and look at it open, wide open, just the parting of the Red Sea, or the White Sea there, if you will, as the defense kind of split to the sides, and nobody in the seam with Ayuk. And they, like I said, they were setting that up all drive long, looking for that. I don't know what they're reviewing here. That was a clear, easy touchdown.
Yeah, maybe they thought his foot wasn't in there, I guess, but it certainly looks like he had catch 1 foot. 2. Oh, well, I guess it was maybe a little closer than I thought.
Yeah, it's in there, though. It's in there.
It is in there, but yes, the left foot closer than maybe I thought initially. It will stand, and here comes the rookie kicker out of Meat Chicken, Jake Moody. And his kick is up and good. 7 plays, 72-yard drive. And the 49ers kick things off with a bang here at a beautiful night at Levi Stadium.
Meat Chicken, that's what I've never heard before.
Oh, yeah, that's, well, I listen to a lot more Columbus, Ohio sports radio than you do, to be fair.
That's true.
Yep, Fellegren, I'm sure we'll have plenty of time to talk about it, but
oh, yeah,
they are going to be a full day's work for the Browns. And again, their offense versus our defense should be a real fun battle to watch. It's just A, is Watson back, and then B, do we get Tennessee offense or do we get Pittsburgh offense? Second and 1, Fred Warner still in the zone. Now Dak will shift things up and bring Brandon Cooks over to the right side of the slot. Back to pass now. Pressure from Armstead up the middle, though he's double teamed. A quick little dump to Tony Pollard, and that is going to be enough, albeit just 5 yards, for the first down Cowboys. Heavy eye, they'll run against it with Pollard. Big hole, not even touched for 12 yards. That's where Hufanga will eventually get a hold of him, but Tony Pollard, a quick 12 right down the A-gap.
It's an interesting season here for the Cowboys, hanging on to Zeke for so long when everybody knew for the last 2 or 3 seasons Pollard was clearly the better back. And finally they've made that transition.
And here's a fired shot out to Pollard, lined up on the outside that time, just running down the sideline. And Dak threw that thing up, back shoulder, and Tashawn Gibson, the former Brown, not able to stay with him. That back shoulder throw. Again, that was like the only thing that Tannehill could try against the Browns a couple of weeks ago. And Hopkins made a couple of amazing catches, just basically like snap throw and just hope that your guy can make a great catch. Incomplete again this time. Fred Warner knocking it out of the hands of the intended receiver, which was Brandon Cooks. Back to pass for Dak. He'll throw quickly again with pressure. Incomplete. He tried to go for Cooks again. Good coverage that time. Isaiah Oliver, the nickel corner. And now it's 3rd and 10. Dak out of the shotgun. Runners rush 4. He's got time. End zone. Knocked away and almost picked out of his hands. Lenore would dove for it and tried to pick it off. They went for Jake Ferguson in the corner of the end zone. Good coverage. And they will stall out and have to settle for 3 here with their second-year kicker, Aubrey.
Yeah, I thought he had a really good shot at that interception. He probably should have come up with that, which would have been a very different outcome here. An interception there with a touchback, that's a huge gift and a big point swing, even if it's only taken away a field goal.
When he first let go of the football and my eyes looked up screen, I was like, oh, Ferguson's open, but just didn't. Better coverage there. Got in, swatted it away, and then, like you said, the deflection almost disastrous for Dallas. Instead, they're able to muster 3 points, and now Purdy back out onto the field. But yeah, you're right. Look at that. Debo, Kittle, McCaffrey, and Trent Williams all right there on that offense. Quick little throw to Charlie Werner, the second tight end. Purdy 7 for 7 to start the game. So I guess Parsons is a superstar, but not an X factor. Yeah, we'd probably go ahead and give him that upgrade. Purdy firing left side, picked off, Trayvon Diggs! We know he can get his hands on the football, and he jumps the route, and Purdy throws the pick.
That one was all about leverage. He had the inside leverage on the route. Just beautiful positioning. A bit of a risky throw here from Purdy. He should have seen where Diggs was on the inside of Ayuk. And having that inside leverage allowed Diggs to just snatch that one out of the air and take it away. A big turnover for this Dallas defense.
Indeed. Filligan, I know a lot of people have talked about it, and we certainly don't need to beat on the dead horse. But again, my understanding of it, it wasn't even a pain tolerance issue. It was just something's not right about it, and I can't push the ball down the field. Like, I can't unleash my arm at full speed. And it wasn't like he was hurting other things or doing further damage. There's nothing medically, quote, wrong with him, except that it just, hey, this bruise I've got or whatever is just inhibiting me from playing to the best of my abilities. And so he chose to sit it down. And again, I think that was a surprise to everybody. But to say that he just like decided not to play and that it grates on you because he's like some sort of like not fully invested player, I don't think that was the case at all. I think he tried to give it every possible go, and they were like, dude, you can't push it down the field. He's like, I can't push it down the field. I can't play.
Right.
It's sort of my understanding of the situation.
Yeah, this is not Garoppolo. This is not what this is. I think he didn't think he was giving the team the best opportunity to win with his limitations, and I think that's probably why he sat down. Yeah, he was medically cleared, but if you can't do some of the key parts of your job that they're going to rely on, and you're kind of become more of a one-dimensional threat, that's a problem. So I understand sitting it down, and realistically, the other part of it too, he may have been medically cleared, but there's always a possibility that with that inflammation, something happens where it actually aggravates and becomes more of a nagging issue, and you certainly don't want that to happen. Go in with the 2 weeks of rest and give it a chance to come back 100%. Makes sense to me.
Dak into the end zone. Touchdown Cowboys. He got out of the pocket, and the green grass was in front of him, and he put it right into the end zone. You can see on this replay, just steps up. Good protection there to the 20, to the 15, and completely untouched all the way into the end zone. It's the first touchdown of the day for the Cowboys. I think the other thing to note is, if you want to sort of see an example maybe about what we mean, look no further than Cincinnati. Joe Burrow cannot push the ball down the field. Now, it's not for his shoulder, it's his calf.
Right.
But they are basically saying he's only going to throw 5 and 8 yard passes tops, and we're just going to have to try to deal with it. And again, there's now a famous story of the owner like pulling him aside in a golf cart and saying, dude, shut it down because this is we need you for a decade, not for 2 more weeks. Of course, Jamar Chase saying he should have sat out the first 5 weeks to begin with,
Yep.
But that's sort of what it could have and would have maybe looked like as McCaffrey gets deep down the left side. It's like, oh, Deshaun ain't right. All he's doing is dumping the football off. We can take advantage of this. And now maybe he's even more banged up, and you got 3/4 of your season left or whatever.
Yep.
So
Yep.
That's kind of a really obvious example of it, because we've seen it and we've heard it talked about. Everyone's like, why are the Bengals doing this? Why is Joe Burrow doing this? And it's kind of exactly what sort of has happened, I think, in maybe a little bit less of a way in Cleveland.
Well, it happened also in Cleveland with Baker, where Baker probably should have shut that season down. But realistically, I think a part of this decision is also going to be rooted just in the product of this is the circumstance right now. It happened to be you were going in to a Week 4 game with a bye week coming up right after it. If you sit down that game, it gives you a free 2 weeks to try to get right. It wasn't, not a pain tolerance thing, but if you have the full chance to actually be 100% coming back into a game in Week 6 against the 49ers, that can have big implications long term in the season.
Yep. They looked at all the factors and said it's better to take an offer here today Again, if we had said at the beginning of the year, hey, they're going to be 2-2 at the bye week, you'd be like, okay, I'll take that.
Especially with the way those wins went, yeah.
Right, well, and especially with the way that the AFC is maybe not quite as good. Obviously, the Aaron Rodgers injury, things happen. And so I think at 2-2, they felt good. Maybe if they had decided to try to play, and let's say they do gut out the win, but he hurts himself for 2 months, then it's like, oh, hey, we were 3-1 at the bye, but now Watson's out for 10 more weeks. Like, is that actually better? So it was a calculated risk. Like all things, decisions are made, and consequences are positive and negative out of it. And we're hoping that the positive consequences outweigh the negative consequences of a 28-3 beatdown at home.
Right, and part of this is it's going to be hard to judge ultimately, outside of if he comes back 100% and he lights it up. I mean, that certainly bodes well, but It's going to be hard to judge coming out of this because we don't know what we don't know in terms of we don't know what it might have looked like if he had played in that game and or if injury might have been, a lingering thing from there and what impact that might have had on the season. So hard to say in the long term, but I'm okay with the decision based on the variables that were in play at the time.
Hiya, Wendell. Welcome in. Debo lines up in the backfield. Actually, excuse me, it's Eli Mitchell, and then big pressure that time to Marcus Lawrence. Veteran pass rusher getting in there. Parsons was also in there, and Purdy can't get rid of it, so this drive will stall out. We'll get back to the game here, but since you brought it up, Fellegren, Kit and I hadn't had a chance to process that out loud together, so there we go. We just did. Jake Moody's kick is up and good. 10-10 here. First quarter action. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy, Nagy on Sports. 1 minute and 1 second to go in this game. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you to all of our subscribers. You guys truly are the best. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe and you'd like to, we'd very much appreciate that. Also, if you want to take your fandom to the next level, you can do so on our Discord channel. The Discord channel is where this game got voted on as Game of the Week to be played. Also, you can chat with us between sims during Browns games and find out in advance of when we will sim. Here comes Pollard again, left side. He'll run into Oliver. 4 yards achieved. Double tight ends to the left side. And now he'll switch it up. Cooks and Lamb go to the left side now. 3-step drop. Swing it backwards pass. Pollard. And he'll get hit pretty close to the line. We'll actually say he'll lose a yard in the process. Now 3rd and 7. And that's going to be the way that the first quarter comes to a close. 10-10. Pretty even game here to start. Levi Stadium, Sunday Night Football, by all accounts, the game of the week in the NFL, as some of the other matchups are pretty brutal. Dak now, shotgun. Delayed handoff. Now he'll spin. Watch out! The multi-million-dollar man, Javon Hargrave, of course, highest paid interior defensive lineman. Browns tried to get him, and he went to San Francisco, and he made a big play there to thwart this drive.
Yeah, he sure did. That D-line last year was already a stud fest out back there. Just got all kinds of thoroughbreds in that D-line, if you will. Just some real stout defensive play from them last season, and then you added Hargrave to that mix. I mean, this D-line has been cooking. They are very good.
Yeah, a couple of thoroughbreds and maybe some Clydesdales in there now, too, with Hargrave and Armstead in the middle. Now here's a quick throw to Debo for a gain of 8. 2nd and 2 upcoming. Continuing to change the play. Motion. Purdy. Back to pass. Firing over the middle. Another double slant look, and he's got Ayuk again. A first down. Brandon Ayuk. That puts Purdy over 100 yards, and they are into Cowboy territory.
Yeah, interesting read there from Purdy. He had a better shot on the inside. Slant goes to the outside. Tighter window, but ends up with a completion either way. But this one, a nice strike downfield going to Debo Samuel.
Here's another first down throw and catch. Debo Samuel on the other end of it. Tackled by Jordan Lewis. Good look at Nick Bosa. Very Handsomely paid fellow over there. Go Bucks. Purdy, right side, end zone, right at the sticks. They'll say he's down at the 1. Ayuk again beat Curse to the corner and just about had his second touchdown of this first half.
Yeah, nice call there from the ref. Ball was not in the end zone, just held out and spotted correctly there.
Oof, right up the middle, use check. He will lose yards that time. That fullback dive, so tough to time up. The Cowboys were all over it, 2nd and goal. Samuel tries the middle, lined up in the backfield, and he'll get back to the 1, and that's it. Now 3rd and goal. Can the Cowboys get tough? Spread him out, Purdy. Blitz coming. Right side, caught! Touchdown! Juwan Jennings on the receiving end. And San Francisco marches right down the field to answer the Dak Prescott touchdown run. Niners take the lead.
What the heck was that celebration? That was really weird.
No idea. They got some new animations this year, and I'm like, what is happening right now? I have no idea what's happening. 7-play, 57-yard drive, 17-10. Maybe a little bit more scoring early in this game than we might have anticipated. Cavante Turpin will get it up to the 22, and that's where Dak and his boys that cow come onto the field. Turn around, little play action. Firing it over the middle of the field. Beautifully open into the play is Cooks. And Brandon Cooks, the former Houston Texan, into and near the midfield stripe with a big strike from Dak. He was very much open there.
Yeah, he sure was. He had
beating the defender across the middle of the field.
Yep.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Second quarter, rather. Easy for me to say. Dak firing again on the run. Caught by his tight end. Right at the sticks. That's Wisconsin Badger Jake Ferguson. And they'll say first down, Cowboys. Back to drop again. Watch out, Bosa! And he'll get home. Nick Bosa lobs him up and shoots him out of the air. That was a big-time sack as he absolutely beat the all-pro left tackle, Tyron Smith.
Yeah, he sure did. Again, this D-line showing its stuff. Not a lot of time there for Dak.
Back to pass again. Prescott firing over the middle on a drag route. He's got CeeDee Lamb trying to get back to. They're still 10 yards away from the first down, but it does make it 3rd and 9, a little bit more manageable trying to recover from that Nick Bosa sack. 8:33 and counting on this first half clock. Prescott, blitz is taken care of, so he's got time over the middle. And another strike to his tight end, Jake Ferguson. First down, Cowboys. Really nice camera look at it there as he just dropped it right over the head of Dre Greenlaw, but in front of the safety, Tashawn Gibson. That's good footballing right there. Mike McCarthy looking a little svelte over there, a little slender Mike McCarthy on the sideline. 17-10 now. Fired over the middle. Knocked away. Big hit by Fred Warner. Dislodging football from receiver, 2nd and 10.
Absolute shot there from Warner. He lowered the boom arm.
He sure did. Now pressure, now rolling, now firing, and he'll just throw this one away. He was very much in the tackle box, but maybe they're saying there was a receiver over there. No flag. Running for his life, he just chucked that one out of bounds. 3rd and 10 now. Niners just rushed 3. Over the middle. Caught and nope, dropped. Warner knocked it away again as he tried to hit his tight end, Peyton Hendershot. And Hendershot couldn't bring it in, and they will stall out and settle for another Aubrey field goal attempt. His kick is up, and his kick is good. 17-13 here on our Nagy on the Sports. Nagy on Sports, Game 5, Game of the Week. Or Game of the Week number 1, rather. From the goal line, Ray McLeod. He'll try to go left, and not a lot of room there to the 24. Look at McCaffrey's simulated season statistics, not even close to what he's done in real life. He had 4 touchdowns last game alone.
Right? Yeah, he's been incredible for these 49ers. He really fits that scheme so well.
Yeah, he sure does. Purdy hit as he throws. Odazua gets in there. Osa, sorry, O-S-A, not O-D-A. That's his first name, Osa. Back to pass out of empty. 4-man rush breaking through. Now he'll roll. Now he'll fire on the run, and nobody there. That looked like last year's Madden game. There were only 3 Cowboys closest to the football. Hey, John, welcome in. Yep, you're right. Go Niners. Your Niners are up there, up by 4 here. Play action. Purdy now he'll roll left. Now hit as he throws and takes it out of bounds. And DeMarcus Lawrence providing pressure again, and they'll have to punt the football away. In general, teams don't run quite enough in Madden, and specifically a team like the 49ers.
No, certainly not.
It's like 15-7 pass to run. I think that's probably not where they want to be. Dak will set up in a shotgun. Fred Warner still in the zone. They'll bring everybody tight in, and a lot of bodies there in the box. They'll quickly throw out of it. He's got Michael Gallup. And Gallup picks up 6. 2nd and 4. Appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy, Nagy on Sports. Starting our Week 5 sim action of our official 2023 season sim. How about this slant to Cooks right at the line? A lot of bodies in the way. But Brandon Cooks able to hold on to the football and achieve the first down.
Yeah, arguably, John, a clash of the 2 best defenses here in the NFC. You know, don't sleep on Dallas's defense. They've been very, very good. So interesting matchup certainly in this one. So not surprising that they've held San Francisco somewhat in check, but still a lot of game to go.
Dak back to pass. 4-man rush. Quick throw left side. Oh, he had him, and he just overthrew him. Greenlaw was the closest man in coverage. He had his tight end Peyton Hendershot. He just went over the top of his head. Just a bad pass for Dak that time. Oh, his dig's out, John. The injury report doesn't have anything like game status updates yet, so I
think he
just
might
left
actually
the guys who are active in.
I think he might actually be on IR, isn't he?
Oh, well then shame on their roster for not having him off of the depth chart then.
I have to check on that.
If that's the case, I apologize. I was to say, I checked their depth charts, which at least has the right IR guys, and then I go to their, like, at least for the Browns games, go to like the weak, doubtful, questionable, out, but they don't do those, I think, until Friday. Oh, he tore his ACL. Well, then, yes, I would guess that he's out.
Yeah.
Well, he has a pick in this game. We'll just forget that happened. I definitely missed that.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing something about it. I thought I recalled him being out for the season, but I wasn't entirely sure what it was.
Perhaps I just read it wrong. No, he's still listed as a starting cornerback on their depth chart, so they clearly have not quite updated that just yet, because usually they do a pretty good job about, that's where I go first, is to the depth charts, and then go to the weekly injury report. So shame on the Dallas Cowboys website management, as J-Ron Curse is going to knock that one away. And a punt upcoming for the 49ers. Try to go to Jennings.
Did tear his ACL on IR out for the season. So not sure how they're not updating their roster. That's pretty poor.
Did it just happen last week?
No, I think it's 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, then shame on them. Sorry, John. You know I try to make it realistic. I should have done better than that. I mean, I can sub him out now if you'd like me to. 3-step drop for Tack. Right throw and dropped. Trying to go to Cooks. Travarius Ward knocks it out of his hands. Interesting lineup with two little stacks of receivers far wide and far left. Across the middle to CeeDee Lamb will get just 3 yards on the completion.
So September, end of September, like the Thursday night game, that 20 whatever that was.
Okay.
The 20 or the 19th. September 19th is when he tore his ACL.
All right, so like 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Well, I will absolutely get him out of there. Because that's how we do. Except I'm not controlling the Cowboys. Actually, I can't. I lied. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. But I'll take him out after the game, so no further Cowboys games will have him in.
Yeah, hopefully he won't impact this game any further. Or at least major impact.
Yes, he does have an interception, though, in the game.
Right.
Throw it to the right side. Nice catch by Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, nice throw from Purdy, too. Just put a beat down the field. Put it right on him. That one was a little bit of a timing throw. He needed to get it there quickly and did.
Another throw to the right side, 2nd and inches this time. Christian McCaffrey taking a little swing pass from Brock Purdy. 2nd and inches right past midfield. Jake Brendel snaps it back. McCaffrey left side, first down to the 45. Juke move past the 40, and that's where he'll get tackled. Give him the 39 officially for Run CMC.
Yep.
First down, Niners.
Rare missed opportunity for Christian McCaffrey. He had the outside. He could have been scampering for the end zone up the sideline. He does not elect to cut it to the outside and instead ends up getting tackled in traffic.
Dropped there on a big hit by Stephon Gilmore. That was a huge check. Out of the backfield, trying to make the catch. 2nd and 10. 2:12 on this first half clock. Back to pass. Purdy. Pressure coming from Parsons. He's able to get it off to Debo quickly for a short gain. Big 3rd and 4 coming. We're going to get it on the other side of the 2-minute warning, however. Beautiful night here in Levi's Stadium. Kid, have you been to Levi? Have you gotten up to Levi's before?
I've been to Candlestick to watch the Giants, but no, not Levi.
Debo was wide open, and Brock just put a little bit too much air on it over the head, and they're going to go for it on a 4th and 4.
Yeah, Tim, who's my brother, for those who don't know, Tim and I, back in 2010, when nice first down conversion. But we went to a Giants Nationals game there because it was supposed to be back in those days. Lincecum was huge, and then Strasser was this massive rookie that was supposed to be a dynamo. Wow, what a strike downfield that was! Nice touchdown here for the 49ers. Juwan Jennings again. That's his 2nd of the ball game. But anyway, so we were going to be in San Francisco. We decided we'd go see a game. The starting pitcher lineup for that game was supposed to be big time Timmy Jim against Michael Strasser, which was like a big matchup, back in the day. So we were really excited to go see it. We went to the game, and neither one of those pitchers played.
Oh no. Man, I hadn't thought about the name Tim Lincecum in a while.
Yep.
I think Strasburg just retired.
Strasburg just retired, yeah. Strasburg just retired, and really after that season, I think he really fell off a cliff. He was great. Like, right then, he was, like, peak of his powers. Like, he was awesome. That was back when those commercials had come out, and he was, like, a huge name. Like, the whole Big Time Timmy Jim commercial came out, like, that season right before it. For the ESPN stuff.
That's funny.
But so we were stoked. We're gonna go see him play and check that out. And Strasburg was supposed to be a dynamo, and he was. I mean, he ended up being a great pitcher, right? But he's retiring this year, or just retired this year. But yeah, that was what it was supposed to be. So we got our tickets, went to Candlestick, and neither one played. It was still a lot of fun. We had a great time. Don't get me wrong. It was a lot of fun to watch. Sure. But not a single one of those pitchers we were so excited to see played in that game.
Dak on a 3rd and 2. Give your guys a shot. Throws that one out of bounds. 49ers defense holds. Again, after another awesome touchdown pass from Brock Purdy to Juwan Jennings. Gives them the 24-13 lead. They're going to have about a minute left here in all 3 timeouts. We'll see if Kyle wants to try to dial up some more points or if they'll be content to sit on it. They will get the second half kick here, so an opportunity for not even the double, but maybe the old triple dipper. Yeah, I wouldn't say go bet $1,000 on that fact, John, at your party tonight or whatever, but I'm pretty sure I thought that I remembered hearing that he had retired.
No, I heard that as well. So no, I think that is accurate. I can look it up really quick, but I'm almost certain that is correct, that Strasburg did retire. Part of the reason why that happened to catch my attention was only for that story that I just told, because I was supposed to see his rookie start, like his very first start ever being called up, was supposed to happen in Candlestick against Tim Lincecum. When I happened to be there, we were doing a West Coast tour, like just driving down the West Coast, me and my brother, that whole summer. And we had pre-booked tickets for that game, thinking it was going to be Tim Lincecum against Michael Strasburg. I was so excited for it, and then neither one played.
Kyle does not choose to use his timeout. Sorry, John. They will go ahead and just let this thing run to half. They do lead 24-13. Here at the Sunday night game this weekend in Week 5. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy, Nagy on Sports bringing this one to you as Aubrey boots this one away down the field. And the 49ers offense is going to be right back out on the field. They have the 11-point lead here. A couple of touchdown passes to Juwan Jennings in this one.
Sorry, Steven Strasburg. I keep calling him Michael. It's Steven Strasburg. But yes, he did retire.
Here we go. Our 40-year-old brains did something right. Quick throw across the middle. Debo hit as he caught it, spun around it. He'll get 7. Probably deserved 5, and ended up getting 7 out of it. Good play there by Debo after contact. Well, we'll hope that field goal he chose not to go for doesn't burn you. Right now, I think you're going to be okay. Hand it off to Eli Mitchell this time, and Mitchell's going to lose, or not gain any yards, rather. And guess who? Micah Parsons on the other end. 3rd and 3 now. Debo in the backfield with McCaffrey. Actually, that's Mitchell. Both running backs. Throw to the left side. Ayuk, first down. And more to the 43-yard line. First down for the 49ers. Taunts Trevon Diggs. The players are so chippy in the game, this year's game.
Yeah, we sure
They're
are.
so chippy.
And ironically, they went so far on that many of those things probably would actually get called in a real NFL game. They went kind of to the extreme because it didn't used to really be a big part of the game, but they obviously thought it was an important part to add into their video game, and then I think they went a little too far with it, where it's now like things that probably are going to get a little laundry out there on the field.
Yep. That time, the Cowboys were all over. A little bit of an RPO potentially, or some sort of an option there, and McCaffrey actually loses 3 yards. Had a great run on the previous play. 2nd and 13. Opening drive of the second half. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy, Nagy on Sports, joining you here Only place on YouTube that you can find simulated football games with live original commentary. We do it for you week after week. 3rd and 12 now. Cowboys defense try to get off the field here, keep their team involved in this football game. Purdy over the middle. Interception dropped by Malik Hooker. I think it was just wide of Kittle, and Kittle either didn't see it or didn't respond to it or something, but net result is the same. They're going to punt this one away on a 4th and 12. And shanked out of bounds to the left side. They'll say that thing went out of bounds to the 26. And that is where the Cowboys will take over. So not a great punt. They punted that from the Cowboys side of the field. Net yardage of about 18. Two tight ends to the right. They'll throw that direction. That's Jake Ferguson, hit hard by Burks, the linebacker. And then thrown to the ground, 2nd and inches. Three receivers, they'll move from right to left now. Dak in the shotgun. Tyler Biadasz snapping it back over the middle. Caught it to his tight end with a slant from the right side. Jake Ferguson once again. Weak I formation with a double tight end left. Dak will now send fullback to the left side, and he'll make a nice lead block, and then Pollard gets hit from behind, give him 4 on the play. Not often you see the traditional fullback into the football game, but that's exactly what we saw there for Hunter Luepke.
Yeah, no, that's what you expect
from the Giants.
It's what you expect from the 49ers, not from the Cowboys. But Cowboys catching the 49ers defense a little bit by surprise there with the ability to run it there. And a nice lead block nonetheless. And some success here on this drive as they have been efficient.
Option keeper for Dak, 8 yards to the right side. Sets up a 2nd and 2 from the 32 now. So he's been pretty efficient with his legs. 30 passes, 10 runs for the Cowboys so far in this one. 8:38. He'll go to Pollard up the middle. Juke step to the right side, then back to the left, and a big first down achieved by Tony Pollard. 9 carries, 61 yards for Dr. Pollard.
And as good as this defense is, you can still wear them down if you continue to, have long, consistent possession drives.
Deep throw to the left side. Jake Ferguson again. Again, the former Wisconsin Badger tight end. Good look at this one. Just had him by a step. Dak put it on him for his 6th catch of the day, and now they've got a 1st and goal from the 3. Luepke will be face planted by Nick Bosa. He just picked him up and dropped him into the next county. 2nd and goal.
It was a bit of a pile drive.
They'll stay heavy again. Bosa. Yeah, Bosa into the zone as well. Play action. Dak with a little bit of time. Now he's in trouble. Now we'll throw it away. Everybody was covered. Good, patient defense by the 49ers that time. Prescott now in a shotgun. They'll spread him out. 3 to the right. They'll go that way. Caught for a touchdown. Brandon Cooks. A little bit of a pick route from the front receiver. Brandon Cooks wide open and into the end zone, and the Cowboys get themselves right back into this game.
Yeah, very important drive here. Very much all about the efficiency, finding a way to get themselves into 3rd and manageable, and then some nice downfield looks there when they needed a few extra yards, and now going for 2, making this an interesting game here in the 3rd quarter.
Pollard up the middle, diving in, and we've got a field goal game now, 24-21. Pollard into the end zone easily, and the Cowboys achieve 8 at the end of that drive. McLeod from the 2. It'll get upended at the 25. Offense back out onto the field. They've been pretty efficient so far in the game, although not hitting the ball off enough for any of our likings would be my guess.
No, certainly not.
This time they'll go McCaffrey, left side. And just took a little bit of too long to develop there. He's going to still get 3, but That play took a little bit too long to develop on that kind of delayed handoff. Purdy out of the shotgun. Back to pass. Firing deep middle. Got a man! It's Ayuk again! One more tackle to beat. He won't. But a big 40-yard strike to the 30-yard line. Brandon Ayuk has been playing lights out in this game.
Well, this San Francisco 49ers offense has found something they like there in the seam, specifically Ayuk in the seam, and they're just finding a way to get him the ball on those nice throws downfield. Brock Purdy doing his part, hitting him in stride. Big chunk yardage for the 49ers.
7 catches for 133 yards for Brandon Ayuk. That time picking on the safety, Malik Hooker. And anytime you can get a safety, or anytime you can get a wide receiver going against the safety, you try to take that matchup every time, which is what Purdy did. And they are now down inside the 30-yard line of the Cowboys. 3 tight ends into this package. Purdy with good time. Pressure. Parsons hit him right as he let go. That one hurt. Good coverage by Gilmore and company, 3rd and 6. Why is that a good matchup? I think anytime a receiver goes against a safety, you advantage receiver.
Yep.
Safeties are a little bit less pure cover players.
Yep.
Same thing with like if you can ever get them against a linebacker, or even like a tight end against a linebacker, they like that matchup more.
Yeah, what you're trying to do is
versus safety.
Find those matchups in man in particular where you can find like a safety against the number 1 receiver. If you can find, if you ever get the opportunity to find a linebacker lined up against a wide receiver of any type, those are the kinds of matchups you're trying to scheme open or scheme into your game plan to create those matchup opportunities. And safeties. Not that there aren't some great coverage safeties out there. I mean, Delpit is a great example of that, where he has shown some sticky coverage. Yeah. Regardless of who he's going up against, but yeah, those matchups you're looking for, because a lot of those safeties, they'll come up and lay a pop on you, but they're like more mobile linebackers, so they're not as great at the coverage skills. As this one is going to be ripped away, San Francisco with a big turnover. He had it, kind of a 50-50 ball, but Oliver takes it away from the receiver. What a turnover that was in a critical place on the field.
Isaiah Oliver, the nickel cornerback, you're right. Sort of looked like they both caught it, and he just kind of ripped it out of the hands of CeeDee Lamb. Nice look at it there, a second angle. Interception. First one of the day for the Cowboys. Even Steven in that front now. 27-21 after the field goal on the previous drive. Looking for more here. Already in Jake Moody range, but wanting more. Touchdown! It's Ayuk! And now he's got himself a brace. He is having a monster day. Brandon Ayuk on a one-play quick change strike from Brock Purdy.
And what a catch here from Ayuk. Really, it was a little bit behind him. He was throwing it away from the defender, or trying to throw it away from the defender, but Ayuk makes an incredible play on the ball to go up and get that one. And a big touchdown here for the 49ers as they're going to go for 2 again. Or actually, that was
get that full.
That was Dallas that went for 2, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was the full 14-point lead, and they're going to get it back as George Kittle over the middle connects with Purdy, and now 35-21, 4.5 to go in the third quarter here. Exciting game. Yep. Back and forth. Both teams have made some plays.
Yep, and still
it's all you can hope for.
Absolutely. Still a lot of football to play here. 4:34 here in the third quarter. Got a whole quarter plus that to see some good football.
3 tight ends into the game. They're going to be all on the right side of the line. That looks like a really, really crazily long offensive line. They'll run on the weak side, though, and Pollard's going to get 14. Big run for Tony Pollard to the 37-yard line. Prescott changing and shifting up plays once again out of the shotgun. He'll go back left. Caught wide open. Nobody went with Ferguson, the tight end. He's able to keep his feet in bounds and run up the sideline for another 10 yards and a first down. Cowboys. You mean line him up under center, like direct snap? Is that what you mean? Like Wildcat with Pollard, like they did with Elliott? Right side open. Caught on the sideline. Gallup. First down again. Dak starting to heat up on this drive.
Well, I'll tell you what, for as good as these defenses are, these offenses came to play, both having some nice success against some excellent defenses out there, finding some chunk yardage and getting some things schemed open, and it's been working for both teams. Interesting, not the dynamic I think either of us expected going into this ball game.
Nope, that's for sure. He'll switch it over to the right side and go empty. Dak, four-man rush. Right side again. Jake Ferguson, he is just picking apart this back seven. Nobody can cover Jake Ferguson. He's got 8 catches for 107 yards.
Yeah,
Turn around, give it to Pollard. Right side, and the one into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys.
He's talking about the trick play where Zeke Elliott lined up at center, and they had like the
the center.
That weird trick play that they tried to do that was so bizarre. They had like the entire line off to the left. Zeke Elliott is the center, and he gets absolutely trucked on the play. It was just such a bizarre. It was all kinds of weird.
I had forgotten about that, John. Yeah, but you're exactly right. I do remember the highlights of Zeke just getting drilled after he snapped the ball. They are good, Karen.
Yes, they
I don't
are.
know if you need to be scared. It's just one of 17, but they are good, and it'll probably be the only time the rest of the year the Browns aren't favored to win,
right?
Even at home.
Yeah, but it should be. I mean, you like a lot about what you see in that game in terms of potential for matchups. Is a big pick here for the Dallas Cowboys, turning over the 49ers. Brock Purdy throws a second. This one to Gilmore.
Force that one in there into traffic. It's Stephon Gilmore. The savvy veteran picks that one off. Good look at it here as he tried again to go over the top of the linebacker. He made it over the top of the linebacker, but Gilmore attacks the football. Jennings not so much. First down, Cowboys. At least it wasn't Diggs. Yes, you're right. Double tight end to the left side. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 35-28. Cowboys back to pass. Blitz picked up. Now here comes Bosa, and he'll get home for his second sack of the day. Nick Bosa, 9-yard loss there. His second, and that puts him right back. I don't know what his X factor is, but he just has to have 1 sack, and he gets right into the zone. That's nice.
Yeah.
Quick throw left side. Hit immediately. Cooks gets 2 yards. So it's Isaiah Oliver, the nickel, who has the pick earlier as well. Making the tackle. 3rd and 17. Empty for Dak. Back to pass. Firing left side. Oh! CeeDee Lamb had it in his hands. He was one-on-one with Dre Greenlaw. That's a matchup worth exploiting, and CeeDee Lamb just drops the football. That is a tough one to swallow. And the punt will go out of bounds at the 14. So no harm, no real foul, other than a little bit of a field position flip. 49ers back out onto the field on offense. 47 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
So to answer your question, Nick Bosa's X factor is relentless, which means rush moves no longer cost points. And I don't know what points are in Madden, but apparently they don't cost anything.
Yeah, that's like it's when when you're actually controlling the defense, they have these little that sort of looks like a meter. It could have 3 spots or 5 spots or 4 spots or whatever. And when you actively do a swim move or a bull rush, it costs a point. So Miles has 5 point slots, and then when you've done 5 pass rushes, he's out of them, and then they have to regenerate over time. So, yes, that's an X factor. That's a really nice thing if you're actually controlling the 49er defense and you can just rush with Nick Bosa and not have to cost points on any of his pass rush moves. So there you go. Not very helpful for our case, but...
Well, at least that mitigates the fact that he gets into the zone quite so easily.
Yes, agreed. Because I think he just has to have like one positive play, like a TFL or a sack or something. Positive for him, I guess. Negative play. McCaffrey up the middle again. Just his 12th carry. Give him the football. 12 carries, 88 yards. Just 16 runs, 44 passes. Back to pass, Purdy. He'll try the left side. Got it again. Dropped it in the bucket. Named Ayuk. Holy smokes, that connection. 9 catches, 171 yards right now. 2 touchdowns.
A little fingertip swag there. He was absolutely able to just clutch this one right at the extension there. Beautifully done from Ayuk. Great throw from Purdy to put it in there, but great effort from Ayuk to come up with that catch.
Ace formation here. Motion coming, or a little split zone look. It's not really going to help much if that play is broken in Madden and has been for several years. Those split zone runs where the tight end tries to kind of wham his way back across the middle. Timing is never right. Purdy rolls, hit as he throws, incomplete. 3rd and 10. 46 pass attempts now, again, just starting the 4th quarter. Brock Purdy. Feels like more than the recipe for success for the 49ers. But he'll throw it a 47th time here. He'll step up. Now running, he's got the first down, and he'll fight for it. It depends on the spot, and they're going to give him a good spot. First down, 49ers.
Yeah, he had that one. Obviously, if he slides, he's short, but he did fight for it a little bit. Ball went across the line, so good spot there from the officials.
Yep. Purdy right side, incomplete. Slow developing dig from the outside right receiver. Not able to connect. Purdy in trouble again. Now he'll roll and we'll fire it away. Good pressure by the Cowboys on that one. 13 personnel, all 3 of those tight ends again to the top of the screen. Back to pass. Max protects 2. McCaffrey stays in, but it won't matter. DeMarcus Lawrence, he got home. Maybe a bit of a coverage sack. There was nobody to throw the football to, and a huge sack pushes the quarterback, Brock Purdy, all the way back to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, you can't give Lawrence that much time, as he is very good on the outside. So you give him that kind of time and hold on to the ball that long, he's going to get home.
35-28, Cowboys take over. Their own 21-yard line, 11:25 remaining in this one. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy, Nagy on Sports here. The first of our Week 5 sims. Again, the other leading vote getter right now is Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Not sure why you want to see that dumpster fire that is Pittsburgh, although they beat us, but they are not in a good way. Cooks goes up high and pulls it in for a long catch. Funga can't believe that he caught that one. I'm kind of shocked that he caught that one too.
Yeah, it was a bit surprising he was able to come up with that catch.
Ward flying in front of it like Superman, but can't get a hand on it. Good concentration by Cooks, and now they're into Niner territory here. 11:03 and counting. They'll be back to pass. Blitz coming, so he'll get rid of it quickly, and Michael Gallup just dropped it. Tough one. Hey, Mason, welcome in. Yeah, we were raised in the era where they were both incredibly successful and we were not, so it was easy to hate them.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, like in terms of dynasties, it was like the handoff from the 49ers to the Cowboys.
Yep.
I did not hate the 49ers growing up. I did hate Dallas. But I think the reason for it was not, I didn't mind the 49ers only because they were in the NFC and because, I liked Montana and Jerry Rice. Certainly they were incredible. But I really did hate Dallas, and the reason I hated Dallas was because of this nonsense about America's team. Like, why does it have to be America? It's the same reason why I hated Tom Brady and the Patriots. Like, all the bandwagon fans, and like this is somehow the accepted or cool team to root for. It's like, but why?
Broken tackles, Pollard, 10-5, touchdown! Nobody wanted to make the tackle, and Tony Pollard has this as a 1-point game. Another great run. He has had some really good ones in this one.
Yes, he has.
And this thing is about to be even, Steven. Welcome in, Sean. Go Browns.
Yeah, this has been an interesting back-and-forth battle, and certainly not the one we expected to see, as both of these defenses struggling to really contain the other team's offenses. The offenses have been the game here. 35-35, not the scoreline you might have expected coming in, but a lot of offensive fireworks for both teams.
Some lights-out offense for sure. Now 9:14 to go, back in the hands of Brock Purdy. Ayuk, 9 for $171 and 2 touchdowns today. He has been sensational. And again, Juwan Jennings, his teammate's been in the end zone twice as well. Purdy now in the shotgun.
Yeah, Sean, I firmly believe, and I've always believed, that Joe Montana was the best to ever do it. For a lot of reasons. A lot of folks will say Tom Brady, yes, he's got more hardware, but I don't think in his day at the time he is comparable to what Joe Montana was doing based on the way the offense is. And he was way ahead of his time. It was not a passing league, and Joe Montana made the rest of the league look silly in comparison. Only really, Dan Marino was really the only other guy in the league at the time that was doing stuff like what Joe Montana was doing. The big difference being that Joe Montana was absolutely clutch when it came down to those, like, you feel like you give him a shot with just even a few ticks left on the scoreboard, he's going to get into the end zone somehow.
35-35, and this one's going to be punted away by Wisnowski, and 3 and out forced by that vaunted Cowboy defense. Again, Osa Odighizuwa with another sack up the middle. 35-35, and they're going to get a really good field position with 8:27 on the clock.
Yeah, no doubt, Mason. John Elway was pretty darn good at that era, too.
At the end of that era, for sure, yeah. I mean, Elway played into the mid-90s. I mean, he didn't win his Super Bowls until...
Right. At the end.
Was that, 95, 97? Yep. I mean, that was like right before the Browns left.
Right.
You think about him and like the drive in the fumble, that was almost 10 years prior.
The start to the transition had kind of started by the time Elway was finishing up his career. It hadn't fully matured yet, but it was starting. When Joe Montana went out and did it, it was every team had a fullback. It was a run-first, I formation, downhill league. There was no spread or throwing the ball around the house. That was not a thing. And for Montana to go out there and do what he did was just incredible. Especially, I think the part that puts me, that really convinces me that he was the best of all time was just his ability in the clutch to go down and make things happen that you just did not see as possible. Especially, go back and watch that Cincinnati, the Bengals 49ers Super Bowl. I think it was 88, 89. But that Super Bowl in particular, coming back from 17 down, just what a performance that was, and a great, just absolutely clutch on Montana's part.
Big tackle in space by Gibson there after the 3rd sack of the game for Javon Hargrave. So he is earning his paycheck in this one. Big 3rd down now. 49ers defense. Can they hold them to the field goal? Over the middle? No, they cannot. A big shot by Hufanga, but Michael Gallup able to hold on to it. 1st and 10. Actually, 1st and goal, rather, from just inside the 10 for the Cowboys. 5:15 and counting.
Well, and if they push this one into the end zone, this is going to be really the first time Dallas has felt like they hold an edge in this game.
And I think somehow that ball's caught. I thought it was turfed, but I guess Gallup pulled it off the turf for a gain of 6 now. 2nd and goal from the 4.
Yeah, exactly, Sean.
Up the middle. Armstead going to get another sack there. 3rd and goal.
And I think it's beyond... Well, go ahead. Go ahead, Phil.
Sweet Nick, I was just going to say Nick Bosa with sack number 4 today, and he gets home.
And what a huge
8th sack for the Niners. Yeah, big one.
Your all-star showing up in all-star moments right there. We're talking about Joe Montana showing up in all-star moments. That was Nick Bosa doing his part here for the 49ers. But absolutely agree. Sean, not only did he never look like he didn't believe it was absolutely in the cards to come back and win, but he had the ability to make the rest of his team play like they weren't out of the game, which is something that's a bit transcendent in the sport. You just don't see that very often, and that's another big part of why I think, not only was he clutch, but he made the players around him clutch, and that's why I think he's best of all time.
38-35, Purdy, another dart over the middle. It's Ayuk. Sheesh. He has been crazy good. 10 catches, 187 yards now, and another big first down as this comeback drive starts for Purdy with a good first down throw and catch. Back to pass, Brock. He'll roll to the right. He'll fire on the run. He'll get to Ayuk again, and Ayuk actually steps out of bounds. The 45-yard line. Save a little time in the process. His 11th catch as he's heading for the old 200-yard receiving mark in this one. Purdy back to pass. He's got good time. He'll fire in rhythm to George Kittle right at midfield, and another first down. They don't technically have to snap this one, but I'm guessing that they will. And they will. Use check into the game. Now he'll roll. Purdy firing back across his body! Dangerously so, but caught by Ayuk! Are you kidding me? What a play! Purdy to Ayuk across the field, across his body. Wow, what a throw.
Yeah, taking some momentum into this 2-minute warning. That absolutely was ill-advised, but manages to fit it in a window somehow, and Ayuk makes him look good on the effort.
Somehow, indeed, they're in field goal range now, so you just cannot turn the football over. Right side throw, Jennings dropped it. Good hit by Stephon Gilmore, knocking it out of his hands. Sets up a 2nd and 10. Haven't heard much of 23 in a while. We'll go to Kittle instead. His other X-Factor offensive weapon. He does have one at each level, and Kittle ends up on his head, but he gets a first down. Kind of a quiet 7 for 65 for George in this one.
Speaking of odd animations, that's another one they do far too often in this game, is having dudes stand on their heads literally in the game. But you don't see that very often in the NFL, and it happens a lot here in Madden.
Ooh, McCaffrey balls out. The Cowboys have it. I think he's down.
No,
Will we get a booth review?
That was very, very down. We'll get another look here, but I don't think that would happen super late. Oh, I don't know.
Man, that right,
maybe not.
I think the right knee came down just before, but we got to wait. I'm not going to touch the controller.
I want a better look than that, though. That was not a great look at it. It was hard to tell, though. More bang-bang than I thought it had been from the first initial glance. Let's see if we get another look at it.
Review.
Knees down. Oh yeah, he's down.
That one definitely.
He's down. Yeah, he's down. Knee down, ball out. Yep. So it's definitely knee down.
I mean, it is bang bang, but he is down, and so 2nd and 11, they will get it, but they do lose 23 seconds. Apparently, they've started rolling the clock right away there.
Interesting.
Because I guess he was down. He was down. They didn't call a timeout.
Yep.
Now they'll go across the middle to Ayuk again.
But keep in mind,
408 yards passing for Purdy.
They only need to tie it with a field goal here, so I guess it makes sense. They don't want to leave Dallas any time here to respond.
True. That's very true. That's very, very true. Purdy across the middle again. First down throw and catch to Jennings. Now they'll call their first timeout. Touchdown wins you the game here. Field goal ties it. That's the worst thing that can happen is a field goal. He'll throw this one away very smartly. Felt the pressure.
Smart choice.
60 pass attempts for Brock Purdy in this game.
Somehow I don't see that being a stat line for Brock Purdy the entire season. Just saying.
I don't either. McCaffrey to the end zone, but I think we might get holding.
Yep, I think this one's coming back.
And they're highlighting Jake Brendel, the center. Oh, it is going to be holding.
Painful.
Brutal call.
That was a game winner right there that he just lost this team.
Sure was. A walk-off touchdown called back. And now they're back to the 18 with 16 seconds left here. And they're just going to run it up the middle again to McCaffrey, carrying that football with both arms. And looks like they're ready to just let this thing run down. We're headed for overtime. Shanahan gets his field goal unit out there and then calls timeout, icing his own kicker.
Only
4 seconds on the clock, so this will be the last play of regulation. Oh, but McCarthy gets in there right before the snap. Jake Moody, the rookie, can they rattle him? Can they ice him? We'll find out. Moody, just a 30-yard field goal here. Kick is up. Kick is good. And the 49ers tie it up at 38. And we are, there's 2 seconds left. We're going to have a kickoff as well.
Yeah,
Gotta get that home clock operator. Let that thing go.
If it's not a touchback or a fair catch, this will end it right here. Assuming this isn't wrapped up. Going to overtime, but I have to say, coming into overtime, it feels like the 49ers certainly have the juice right now. A lot riding on this flip, as it always is in the NFL. Right. I hate that about the NFL overtime rules, but that's the way it is. So a lot riding here. We'll see what happens, but you certainly feel like the 49ers have the momentum going in. But don't discredit Dallas because they've been very, very good and responsive when they've needed to be, coming back in this game a number of times.
All right, looks like the Cowboys did win the toss. They'll get the football. And with 10:15 on the clock, because why not? I never know why they do
Such
that.
a weird.
Every overtime game starts with 10:15 on the clock.
So weird.
15 extra seconds, perhaps. All right, 1st and 10. Cowboys score a touchdown here. And I think it's over. I don't know if those new rules apply in regular season. And they might have had it there.
15-minute quarter, or 15-minute period, isn't that right?
I think it's still 10 in the regular season. I think that part's right. Big catch, by the way, by Gallup. He has quietly 100 yards in this game as well. Charvarius Ward maybe saves a touchdown. Quick throw left side. Pollard tackled immediately in space. Isaiah Oliver, the nickel corner, has been extremely good in this one.
No, you're right. It is 10 minutes. Just looked it up. 10-minute period followed by a 3-minute intermission. Or follow a 3-minute intermission.
To pass. They're setting up screen. He'll just throw it right into the gut of Bosa because he was getting rushed. And rushed heavy. 3rd and 11 now. Bosa in the zone. Again, he already has 4 sacks, trying to go for a Khalil Mack kind of day here with a 6-pack, perhaps.
Yeah, he was really lucky Bosa didn't pick that. That would have been a quick turnover and field goal win for the 49ers.
Sweet juke move for Pollard, but he actually jukes so hard that he gets himself out of bounds, even though he had plenty of green grass in front of him, and they're going to have to punt it away, and now next score wins. This one's going to be angled out of bounds to the right side at the 21. Purdy and company onto the field. Purdy, that restructured, surgically repaired arm, that thing's got to be throbbing. He's thrown the ball over 400 yards in this game on 60-plus attempts. Back to pass now once again. Right side, Jennings for 8. to the 30-yard line. 419 yards to be exact in this game. Who does he think he is? Dorian Thompson-Robinson? Did you get to watch that sim, Kid?
No,
500 yards. You gotta go watch it because he had a 95-yard touchdown pass to Elijah Moore. They were on their own 5, and it was like, this is insane.
I watched maybe the first 5 minutes of it, but I didn't have time, and I didn't get back to it yet. So I will, though.
Yeah, it is entertaining. I mean, everybody on the chat was like, this is more infuriating because virtual DTR, he literally threw for like 498 yards. I mean, it was like a couple fries short of 500 yards passing. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Back to pass Purdy on a 2nd and 3. Now he'll roll, fire. He's got a wide open McCaffrey in space. And Run CMC's got the first down. They're up to the 45-yard line. Getting ever closer to Jake Moody game-winning range.
And we do know that
again, Jake Moody coming out of Michigan.
We do know that Madden is very happy, though. I mean, no doubt.
Yes, they are. Debo! Game! A walk-off 45-yard touchdown throw. And Brock Purdy, on his 5th touchdown pass of the day, is going to put this one on ice. What a game. What a finish.
Yeah, it really was. That was a lot of fun here. We thought it was going to be the story of the defenses. Instead, it's the story of the offenses going to overtime, and the 49ers with the dagger to Deebo Samuel to win it. What a game that was. Well schemed by that man right there to find his receiver in some space. Brock Purdy puts it right on him. Touchdown, ends it on the walk-off here in San Francisco.
What a play. What a game. Holy shnikes. Let's look at some of these stats. We have to get our abacuses out for this one. How about Dak today? 33 for 52, 388 yards passing, but he only got into the end zone once. He did run it in once as well here. You'll see Tony Pollard, 13 carries, 123 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He was incredible. Dak also adding that touchdown run as well. Jake Ferguson, 9 for $110. Cook, 7 for 88. Gallup, 7 for 100. How about CeeDee Lamb today? 3 catches, 28 yards. He had that ball ripped out of his hands for an interception/fumble, and he also dropped a pass as well. Not the best day for your best receiver. Jordan Lewis, 18 tackles in this one. 16 for Van Der Esch, 9 for Jaron Kearse and Wilson. Sacks today, 1.5 for Osa, 1 for Lawrence, 0.5 for Micah Parsons. The picks today were by Diggs. Again, we forgot. We'll take him out. And Stephon Gilmore. I blame the Cowboys website. Brock Purdy today, 39 of 63 for 475 and 5 touchdowns. That's almost identical to what DTR's numbers were, by the way. 5 touchdowns and about that many yards with the 2 picks. Run CMC, 16 for 107 yards. He was great as usual. Other than that, really struggling to run the football. Just 1 run for Brock Purdy in this game. How about Brandon Ayuk? 13 catches, 222 yards. He did drop it 3 times as well, so he could have had 16 catches. 2 touchdowns. That's 17 a pop on that one. Debo, 8 for $117. And the game-winning touchdown. Kittle, 7 for 65. Run CMC, 5 for 22. Jennings with a touchdown. Jennings with 2 touchdowns on 4 catches. And then Charlie Werner with a couple as well. Defensively speaking, 10 tackles for Oliver. He felt like he was everywhere. 9 for Hufanga. And Gibson, 4 sacks for Nick Bosa. 3 sacks for Hargrave. 1 for Eric Armstead. And Isaiah Oliver had your pick there as well. Okay, what a game this was. That is not the 49er team I am looking forward to playing next week, but got to be done. Kid, anything else you want to say to wrap this one up?
No, that really was a lot of fun. Certainly not the game we expected, and certainly would hope that the Browns defense coming up against the 49ers would play a lot better than the Dallas defense did here in this game. But certainly an explosive game for both teams. Went back and forth. Kind of felt like at times both teams, with the opportunity to just outright win it. But really took till overtime, and that really nice throw down the field from Brock Purdy to put it on Deebo Samuel for the walk-off touchdown to seal this one late in overtime.
Fun game indeed. Thanks so much for being on, everybody. This was a lot of fun. Really appreciate you being with us. Thank you again so much to our subscribers. You guys truly are the best. We'll be back with more sim action. You can see the rest of the slate of the Week 5 games. Again, go on to the Discord channel to continue to vote. Right now, again, the next highest, which was now in first place. Earlier it was in second place. That Steelers and Ravens game will be the other one that we bring to you. And if there's time, it looks like the Cardinals and Bengals would be the next choice. So we'll see how many we can get to here on the Browns bye week. Appreciate everybody being on with us. You guys truly are the best. For Kit out on the left coast, Phil here in Central Ohio, we are Nagy on Sports. Enjoy the rest of your Thursdays, my friends. Enjoy the game tonight. Real football is back, even if it's not that nice of a game because the Bears are awful. But anyway, we'll get out of here by saying go 49ers. And as always, go
Browns!